Mason Weaver, author of It's Okay to Leave the Plantation. You can see it right there. You know, I wrote this book back in 1996. I was a talk show host in Southern California, and I was the only black conservative in Southern California on the air. And I'm getting all these reactions from people. I'm trying to get people to understand the truth. I was a Berkeley radical militant that turned to a Christian conservative, and I'm trying to explain things. I kept noticing all this stupidity out there, trying to identify black folks in a group, in a tribe, on a plantation. And they came out, you guys remember Ebonics? I call it the Ebonics Plague, where the school board in Oakland, California decided that black English should be taught because black English is a foreign language, that black kids cannot learn white English because they're too stupid to learn white English. Therefore, we have to teach the proper use of black English. And they call it Ebonics, black language. And I predicted these clowns were not going to be reelected. They all got voted out of office because black people know that English is the language of success. But Ebonics, when it came out, was a big push for Ebonics. I call it the Ebonic Plague. In my book, I asked a question. So what are we going to do for all the other ethnic groups that come here and have language problems? I said maybe the Irish Americans would be called, I read from the book, It's Okay to Leave the Plantation. I'll say Irish Americans, Leprechauns. How about Native Americans, Kimosabics? How about Chinese Americans, Wontonics? How about Japanese Americans, Mamasonics? How about the Jewish Americans, Zonics? And then for the Eskimo Americans, Harpoonics. For the German Americans, Autobonics. French Americans, Escogonics. Danish Americans, Pastronics. Redneck Americans, Bubbanonics. And Washington Americans, Taxonics. The last one, Oakland School Board, Moronics. Folks, black people and white people are people. We look at ourselves as people who want the same things each one of us want. Our good family, security, money, good job, security. We want safe borders, all of the same thing. But now you got the clowns that want you to think of yourself as a victim. Think of yourself as somebody that needs to be helped. You got Starbucks today. The day is the 29th of May, 27th of May, and 2018. And today, Starbucks is closing down 8,000 stores for Negro training. They're going to train their employees how to handle Negroes because Negroes are a special breed, a special species that must be handled delicately without any influence because black folks, Negroes, are afraid of white people. Negroes are so weak that if you're mean to them, it affects all of them. Negroes are so weak, so afraid, that they have to be nervous to go into a Starbucks. Folks, the Starbucks in question made a mistake with those two black guys that came in and used the restroom. Of course, they should have been treated differently. They should not have been arrested. But my argument is that racism has no real power. Look what has happened to Starbucks. 8,000 stores closing because they know that white people and black people will not go in Starbucks if it was truly racist. They know that, but they're going to act like, oh, we got to take care of the Negroes. We got to stop and spend a day. No, stop being racist. Stop hiring people who are racist because we will not shop there. Me and my white friends will not shop in your store. So if a white business put up a sign, no Negroes allowed, why can't it be illegal for them to be racist? They will go out of business. If a hotel refuses to serve black people, they'll go out of business because white people and black people will not tolerate racism. Therefore, racism has no effect on me right now. Back in the 60s, I used to walk down Main Street. They called me the N-word all day long out of stores. Walk by a store, open, they call me the N-word. The bus driver called me N-word on a school bus. Today, I will just sit back and let my white friends take care of that because racism is gone. We have won racism. The second story I want to talk about today, by the way, we're going to discuss a couple of things today. Starbucks, Louis Farrakhan, Jack Johnson's pardon by Trump and not Obama. Those things. Now we're going to go to Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan has made news recently because he is saying that he supports what Donald Trump has done in destroying his enemies. His enemies, Louis Farrakhan's enemies, is the Department of Justice and the FBI. That's the enemy of Louis Farrakhan. Therefore, he is glad that Trump is destroying it. Minister Farrakhan, first time to you, buddy. He didn't destroy them. he's cleaning them out. He didn't destroy them. He's exposing the top leadership. He does not intend to harm the FBI or the Department of Justice. Trump intends to make them stronger. So, Minister Farrakhan, if you have a problem with the Department of Justice and the FBI, when Donald Trump is through with them, you're going to have a bigger problem. Because these clowns, unlike your buddy Obama, these clowns are serious about crime. These clowns are serious. Trump is serious about justice. He's serious about equal opportunity. He's serious about rooting out people that have problems. He's serious about restricting Muslim immigration to America because you're terrorists. So, Mr. Farrakhan, whatever name you want to call yourself, buddy, if you got a problem right now with Obama's DOJ and FBI, you're going to have a real serious problem with Mr. Trump's FBI. Now, lastly, President Trump has finally righted the wrong to Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion of the world. He has pardoned him. It was a trumped-up charges. By the way, now, I know the history of Jack Johnson. He was not an admirable person. He was rough on women. He was very tough on his wives. One wife committed suicide, a girlfriend. My point is that he was a loud, successful black man. And when I was a college student as a militant, this guy started me thinking. This story started me thinking. I was a young Berkeley radical militant. And I'm thinking, everybody's saying the white man got us down, the white man controls everything, the white man won't let you do this. People ask me, do white people let you go to college? White folks let you go to college? Yeah, they let me pay too. But I started studying Jack Johnson and other things. I started studying my history. And here's a black guy marrying white women, beating up white men in the South. Nobody gave him a chance. He became the first black heavyweight champion of the world. And the only way they can stop him was to arrest him on the Mann Act, crossing the state lines with a woman for immoral purposes. And so they arrested him. He went to Canada for 7 years, married the woman. But his story made me start thinking, if black man could do that, if Charlie Pride can sing in honky-tonk bars in Mississippi and become the first black country western singer of the decade, if black people can play football when white people didn't want us to, if black people can play basketball when white people did not want us to, if black people can rap and make music and nobody liked rap, today very few people like rap, if they can be successful, maybe it's just that black people can be successful in anything they think they can do. This man made me think. His story made me think. And I'm honored and proud that President Trump finally righted the wrong on his life. I began to say, as a black man, disabled, uneducated, high school dropout, angry at everybody in America, if I thought I could own a business, maybe I could. If I thought I can get married and stay married 30-some odd years, maybe I could. If I thought I could never get arrested, never have handcuffs on me, and live or live, if I thought that, maybe I could. And black folks, if you think you can, if you think you're a victim, you are. If you think white people don't like you and hate you, they do. If you think they'll keep you down, they will. If you think they have all the power over you, they do. If you are afraid of that white ghost, if you are afraid of the power of the white people, if you are afraid, you're going to stay afraid and stay where you are. But if you take the lessons from Jack Johnson, take the lessons from the football players, the basketball players, the inventors, people came before you, took what they had in front of them, and made what they could out of it, you can do the same thing. And no white person, not Trump, not anybody you know will help you but you. If you think it, you can do it. You cannot think and stay a liberal. You cannot think and stay a slave. So as we end Memorial Day, I want to encourage all you black folks out there, stop listening to the master's media. Stop listening to the master's slave handlers in their TV programs, their movies, their music, entertainment. Stop listening to them. Freedom comes from thinking. Frederick Douglass was told, if you learn to read, you'll want freedom. If you learn to read, you'll be free. Stop reading. Douglass said, let me learn to read. Guess what? He started to read and became free. Don't let anybody get you. Don't let the white man get you. The ghost you're fearing It's just immature and it's make-believe. There is nobody keeping you down. Everybody wants what you want, to compete. Start competing, start learning, and start gaining. This is Mason Weaver. Stay right or be left. You are too. Be free. God bless you.